Locsanity fam, Charmaine here with Locsanity Academy. Please like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you amazing content. Hello Loc family, Charmaine James here with Locsanity Academy, and today I have got a very special guest with me. So I'm down here in sunny South Florida. And so for us, what the weather basically is just summer, and more summer. We really don't get any cold days or nights down here. So I know that for a lot of our family, you guys are up in places that it's starting to get a little cooler. And you're wondering, how is it that I care for my locks? Do I change my my lock care routine any? And so I brought in a heavyweight. I have with me today, Kat, the Loc Goddess. And let me tell you a little bit about Kat first and foremost. First of all, Kat is a brand ambassador for Locsanity, one of my favorite locticians. Not only that, she is also a master loctician that has won countless battles and has been awarded countless accolades. She is a heavyweight that knows her stuff, and she's going to get us all together properly so we can care for these lock babies during the cold months. Hey, Kat, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful, Charmaine. Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here with you all.
Oh, thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy day. I know you probably had to shoo away about 10, 15 clients to get this time together. So thank you for helping us take care of our babies. Now, I know, Kat, you're up in Chicago.
Yeah.
Chi-Town.
Windy City.
Windy City. So I know if anybody knows about caring for locks in the cold, it's you. So today we're going to go over 5 things, like 5 hot tips for our lock customers and clients on what it is that they can do in order to care for their locks in the winter time. So what is the first tip that you would give them?
Absolutely. Well, that's a great question. I think when it starts getting cold, folks really just start putting layers on. They really don't know what they need to do. Well, I'm going to tell you this. The first thing I recommend that you do is choose some form of oil routine. As you know, you start using heavier oils, heavier lotions, and creams on your skin. Well, let's not neglect our hair. Our hair is just as important, as vital as your skin. We need to oil that hair at least 3 times a week, in my opinion. Do it on a Sunday, hit it again on Wednesday, wrap it up on Friday. But we definitely need to be imparting some form of oil. If I may, my favorite oil is the drip oil with the applicator because it receives directly into the scalp. With it being a liquid, yes, it's loose, but it moves freely on the scalp where you can really work that in. Investing in some form of scalp massage while you're oiling your hair, that stimulates blood flow. And then what you can do is rub that oil down the hair shaft to really impart that oil into the hair, which is what you need when you're combating these wintry winds, these high winds. So definitely, number one, get you an oil routine in place.
Definitely an oil routine. Now, Kat, I know that you and I, we both have colored locks. Can you touch on a little bit more, go a little bit deeper for me, for the folks that have colored locks, how important it is for them, especially, to oil their locks?
Absolutely. This is really for all hair care points that I'm getting ready to spell out. So if you have locks that are not color treated, this works for you too. But especially if you're color treated, these are the kind of angles I'm really wanting you to take notes on. Point 2, you need to have some form of hydration treatment, right? Sure, we can use the sulfate-free shampoos to help cleanse the hair and also impart moisture. Sulfates are great because they impart moisture into the hair. Point number 2, get your steam treatment involved as well. That's something that I think for the color treated community, that conditioners, those oils, those chemicals are able to really pump the hair shaft far more, saving both the color, brightness, the vividness of the hair, but also the integrity of the hair, ensuring that it is balanced. The scalp, to me, when it's in the steamer, that also helps cleanse the deeper, cleanse your follicles, which makes it more receptive to the oils, makes it more receptive to the butters, makes it more receptive to the conditioners. So we definitely want to invest in a steam treatment. Ask your stylist. This is professional based visits now too. Your stylist should be able to offer that service to you. Let's say you're at home and you don't have a steamer. Well, I would recommend you do some form of conditioning with the cap, but
Mhm.
also they have the ones that you plug up. You either use your dryer to help put a hood on your head or some form of covering of your hair, but let that sit in your hair at least 20 minutes, and that's on minimum. If you can go at least 30, 35, that would be my best recommendation. It just ensures that everything is saturated, fully oiled and preserved, and really you're going to feel the impact of the steam in the hair. It's going to feel so much more softer. What you've done at this point is opened up the shaft to receive, so it's now in a more pliable state. It's more,
Mhm.
it's stronger. As soon as you rinse it out, you're going to feel the benefits of a steam treatment, not only with your hair, but you'll also feel it on your skin. So water is key when you're trying to combat anything with the elements. Now, the obvious one opposing would be wind. You want to put that water back in your hair to keep it long and vital.
Now, how often would you recommend? Because I know with the oil treatment, you said 3 times a week. How often do you recommend for the steam treatments?
Steam treatments, that's something, I frankly, it's not required, but I think on at least 4 times a year. This, we have 4 seasons in a year. Each season, you should be entering with a cleanse. Each season, you should be restoring your hair. And that's just my thought. Everyone feels differently on this lock community, on this lock journey. But
I know we do.
and we can talk about that in the whole other conversation, as you
Oh,
know
we
very
can
well.
start some controversies.
Okay. But I think in the realms of maintaining healthy locks,
Uh-huh.
seasonally, each quarter, you should be getting your hair steamed,
So
especially in
putting
the
it
colder
on
states.
putting it on the calendar. So when you do your spring cleaning, go ahead and do your spring steaming also. All right now. I'm writing that down. All right, so that's two. Now, what's the third one that you would recommend for folks?
So now that you've had your oil routine in place, and now you've taken your steam treatment, right? You've got that in your mix. Now we're going to shift gears. These things are at home, personal things that you can do. What's your diet looking like? What you eating? Can we clean
Yes,
that up a little
mama.
bit? Taking some form of supplements of some kind, biotin, they have the hair, skin, and nail thing, vitamin D. Really, we're not just going to say just take biotin. No, I want to ensure that your entire body, multivitamin, your entire body is no is nutrition. Vitamin D3. Do you have your B12? Do you have your I got glucosamine and chondroitin. What's your collagen looking like? Let's take all of these things because they all impart and infect the hair. Everything you put in your mouth affects another part of the body. And are we giving our hair and our body the best, the absolute best that we can? That's the question. I encourage you all to take your multivitamins because you're going to notice things that are outside the eye, right? You see a pill, but you don't know what that might do for you until you consume it. And then
Mhm.
also green leafy vegetables. This, come on now, we got to get back to it.
Yes.
Cut the processed stuff out, cut the sugar and things out. Let's venture to giving our body the most ultimate, healthy, holistic solutions here with what we consume. It shows in our skin and it shows in our hair and our nails. Your health is your wealth. Are you giving yourself the best?
Wonderful. I love it. Health is your wealth. And that is not just for your body, but also for your hair, because all of those amazing things that you mentioned, collagen, biotin, vitamin B, vitamin D, those are what makes your hair healthy. So
Indeed.
it's as your body is making those, producing those little hairs and they're coming out, they're only going to be as strong and as healthy as what you're putting in. And yeah, you can try to, repair it with products that you put on top of the hair, but the easiest thing to do is to start off with a good solid foundation. I love that one.
Yeah.
That one is one for the books.
Yeah.
All right. So now what is the fourth thing that you would recommend?
Now, again, we going personal, right? So,
Yes, of course.
what are you sleeping on in your room? Do you have a silk line bonnet? Sometimes the bonnets pop off. Is your pillowcase of silk? What are you putting on? We need to do some form of protective covering, some protective
Yes.
covering here. Okay. So not only, and then the warmer states, we're putting on hats, right? Well, now technology and just fashion itself is sophisticated. They have hats now that are silk lined. They're aware that there are different consumers that buy their products. So we are wanting, now that we have know that what's available, I want to make sure that you are using hats that are silk lined, bonnets that are silk lined,
Mhm.
your and especially with the layers, wools and cottons and fibers, those break off the hair. Are we doing as much as we can to protect our own with proper clothing and attire? So that would be the question that I would ask. What are you covering your hair with? How often are you covering your hair with? You have power to minimize breakage as well by using the proper uh, attire, proper things.
Now, one question, because I don't have a whole lot of sweaters. And
Okay.
this one is completely off top. This is one for me personally.
Yes, yes.
What do we do? What kind of sweaters? Like if I'm traveling and I need to wear a sweater, I need to wear a jacket. What do you suggest to prevent me getting lint in my locks?
I would always recommend, if you know, so you get dressed and you know what you're putting on. I would
Mhm.
recommend that you put in your hair in a lock sock of some kind, just to
Okay.
keep it down, covered from the ends hanging and rubbing against. And then be more sensitive to you have to be more sensitive to your fashion. If you know you're wearing wool, let's pull this up. Maybe do a modified pony, or put that bonnet on and put a scarf around your hair. Find a way to be fashionable and innovative with things that are here. I mean, I got stuff, scarves here, scarves that I really want to grab, and I'm like, nah. For the sake of the sake of the interview, we're gonna keep it rolling. But and then this segues to point five, protective styling. If you know your lifestyle and what you're getting ready to do, try to wear things that are off the shoulder, over to a certain side. If you are a side sleeper, make those changes in that way. And then with the protective styling, like you have a beautiful bun, I would wear my
Yes.
hair up. I would wear it up. It depends on your lifestyle. Locks, we joined the community for the ease, right? Now
Yes.
we have to take it a step further and curtail it to what our lifestyle is like for us.
Okay. Oh my goodness. That is just so much excellent information. So we got to make sure that we're taking our vitamins and that we have a wonderful diet
Yep,
filled with lots of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, green leafy vegetables,
that's it.
trying to skip out on that processed food as much as possible, and basically just staying on what they call it, the outside of the supermarket. We want to shop from the outside of the supermarket. We want to make sure that we're steaming with the seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So as we go into spring cleaning, we're going to do a spring steaming,
There you go.
and we're
I
going to
like
keep.
that one.
There we go. The next one, we're going to make sure that we are oiling and moisturizing. Now, I know going back to this one, I know you mentioned that we're going to oil 3 times a week. Do we need to also do a daily moisturizer?
Locsanity has an awesome rose water spray, misting spray. I recommend that as far as imparting that as your daily routine. Spray that lightly and then follow behind. Open up the cuticle. That's what the purpose of the mist is, opening up the cuticle. And
Mhm.
then we go ahead and rub some oil just lightly
Right on it.
down the hair
Sealing
strand
in the moisture.
to seal in the moisture.
I love. So I remember that from my loose natural days when they would have the L and the O, the
Yes, yes.
yes. Oh,
And
I
then
don't
the
use the
thing,
C anymore, but I do use the L and the O, the lotion or moisturizer, and then the oil to seal it in. Love it. And the next one that you mentioned was a nighttime care, making sure that we're covering our locks with a bonnet or we're sleeping on a silk or satin pillowcase.
pillowcase.
And during the day, that if when we're going outside and it's cold, that we're using a something that's satin lined to try to cover up our locks, protect our babies, seal them up. And the last thing that I had was protective styling.
Yes. Protective styling. I want to dump into that a lot further, just to give a real view for the consumers out there. So
Mhm.
everybody, when they come to the salon and they want to get their hair done, the number one style, I'm sure every loctician across America can agree, they come in asking for what? Some two strands. But and I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at them. We want to go hard. We want to do some updos, some to the side, like 5,001. We really do in our mind, our creative mind. But no, the average person wants to do something that gives them the best of both worlds. And I ain't mad at them. Here's why. Two strands. They are great protective style in the lock community. You get the best of both worlds. You get the polished look of the two strands in the place, right? Mm-hmm. Your hair is the volume of it is condensed now. It's because it's doubled or tripled or quad, depending on how they do them, and you get a polished look of them just being down. They're fancy now. They're doing the knots on the ends of them. They're adding the curly hair. Okay. They're really getting jugged with these styles, and I ain't mad at them. The locks are empowering. You know what I mean? And to be able to showcase artistry and a realm of creativity is amazing. But and also protecting your hair. That's the cherry on top. So the beautifulness about the two strands, once you take them down, you've got that, that's probably like 2 weeks later, right? You've got that crinkly, beautiful, long, goddess-like look, right? And that probably lasted them a month. 2 weeks of it being tied up in the two strands, then took them down. They were able to wear them crinkly for 2 weeks. That's an awesome protective style that lasted you the duration in real time, a month. If you were oiling your hair and using the rose water misting spray, by the time you take them down, your hair is due for some hydration. It's due for some steam, and it's due for some TLC. So the protective style got you a month's worth of time. And that is the beauty I feel in the lock community, the versatility. Yeah. And as it pertains to winter lock care, you just extended your time within the month of winter or the wintry months. And you can do it again and then do it again. Come back out. Let's do a whole steam treatment. We're out of that season now. Then come back, do you as you wish. But it just keeps the oils in place. It allows, with the protective styling, it allows the ends to be preserved. It allows things to stay in place, unimmobilized, undisturbed by the elements, which works for those who have locks in our community. So protective styling keeps us away from distressing the hair. It allows ease of managing our hair, and it's just it works. It works.
And I could see, because you're not constantly fiddling and playing with it, which we are so tempted to do. It's also going to help the hair mature faster.
Absolutely.
Because you're not constantly, there touching. Because I know when I first started out, I was one of those, I could not keep my hands off of my locks. And if I had a protective style, I would not have, and my locks would have matured a lot faster. So those that are starting out or wanting their locks to mature, that is definitely something that you want to consider.
Yes. And I welcome you with protective styling. The invitation is be creative. Yes. Look into, find something that works for you. And as long as it's protective, something that you can work with that buys you time, showcase your individuality. Go for it.
I absolutely love it. Well, thank you so much, Kat. That is so much amazing information that you're giving us today. I know everyone at the Locsanity Academy is just going to absolutely go crazy. Now, we're going to have you come back on a monthly basis. You're going to have, this is so much information. You're going to have to come back and chat with me every single month so that we can keep this amazing information flowing for the fam.
Hey, I'm here for it. You give me a call. I'll come on down and make sure it happens for you, okay?
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chad. I love you. And when I get to the Chi-Town, we're going to definitely link up.
Absolutely. Come on, baby. Come on.
Y'all all right, now take care.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Now, Locsanity fam, if you like that video, I'm going to need a favor. I need you to like and subscribe so that I know to keep on making this content. And if there's a particular topic that you'd like for me to cover, let me know. I can have a guest come on and we can chat it out and give you all of the amazing information that you're looking for. Thanks again for hanging with us. Mwah! Love you.